Here's how to grow taller with closed growth plates. Just click the link on this video. If this is a YouTube ad, you're watching a YouTube ad, just click the link on the video. And if you're already on my YouTube channel, just click the link in the description box. Either way, it'll take you straight to this page. I don't need your email or anything. Just go to that page, read through the bullet points, and if you follow the steps that I list, you can see your first height increases within 2 to 4 weeks. Okay? Also on this page, you're going to find instructions for a leg lengthening and elongation experiment. Okay? And it's cool. Okay? It's real cool. You can actually see your own legs lengthen within a matter of minutes. Okay? You just follow the instructions. A lot of people, they know that when they sleep, their body decompresses. But what's said a lot of times is that when you sleep, your spine is what's decompressing. But that's not true, not totally true. Though your spine is decompressing, your legs are decompressing as well. When you sleep, there is full body decompression. Okay? And as you read through the page, you're going to find out that an approach to increasing your height is maximizing that decompression when you sleep. Decompression is actually a mechanism for growth. Your body may have a number of mechanisms for growth, for making you taller as you grow up. One of those mechanisms is decompression. Now that's me saying this. I haven't heard it anywhere before. Other people may be saying it. I haven't heard them say it. This is something that I discovered as I was going through my own height growth journey. Okay? I would notice interesting things. Okay? Such as typically so many cool things happen. Typically after 8 hours of sleep, I would reach my max height. My height would be fully decompressed, and just like with anybody else, when you measure your height in the morning, you're typically taller in the morning than you are in the evening. Okay, because your body decompresses. And so I would notice that after about 8 hours of sleep, I would reach my max height. And by the way, my goal was to always beat that max height. Okay, I wanted to beat it by promoting something I call extreme decompression, but more on that later. But so I would reach my full height after 8 hours of sleep. Well, I noticed that during a particular height journey, because I would go on a height journey, stop, go on another one, blah, blah, blah. During one of my journeys, I was doing things pretty good. And it got to the point where I woke up after 6 hours of sleep, and I felt good, I felt like it was a full night's sleep when I woke up. And I measured my height, and it was almost at my max height. It might have been 1 or 2 millimeters off. But it was as if I had had a full night's sleep, a full night of decompression. Because I've had several full nights of sleep where my height would be around that range. But it was around that same range, that max height range, after 6 hours of sleep. And interestingly enough, when I woke up, my body felt like I had gotten a full night of sleep. I don't know about you, but I think that's profound. When it comes to sleep studying sleep, I think that is profound. I've never heard of it before. Maybe people, scientists, whoever who study sleep, maybe that's common to them in their world. But me, I never heard of it, and I just discovered it on my own, trying to get taller. And that happened multiple times. I would wake up, it would be like I wake up and I was like, wow. And, I may have only slept like around 6 hours. I'm like, oh, I feel good. and I would measure my height, full decompression. It's like, whoa, there's something to this. It's like when you sleep and you're fully decompressed, your body says, hey, we're done now. We're finished. You can wake up. You can wake up now. We're fully decompressed. You're rested. And just think about that. Metaphorically, if you're decompressed, you picture relaxation. And that's what sleep is all about. Relaxing, resting, getting decompressed. That is the purpose of sleep. And so it's like your body say, hey, the purpose of sleep has been fulfilled. The purpose has been met. You are fully rested. You are fully relaxed. You are fully decompressed. You're up. You're standing tall. You're ready to go. Hey, that's the poetry of life. I didn't do this. This is life. Okay? Another time, I was going hard. When it comes to nutrition and doing the right things for that particular. It was another Grow Tall journey. I took a 4-hour nap. Now, by the way, that's a long nap, right? A 4-hour nap. Woke up. And here I was at max height. 4 hours of sleep to get fully decompressed. I was starting to understand. It's like, the more my nutrition was growth energy intense. Okay, there's certain ways I would do my nutrition so that I would have a high level of growth hormone. It's almost like growth hormones and other things related to growth energy. It pushes your body vertically. It's like a push. You can just decompress and let it happen naturally. But when your blood is flowing with abundance of growth energy, growth hormone, growth substances, because I don't think it's just growth hormone. When it has all the right stuff, it's like it's pushing your body long ways. It's just not. It's not your decompression is not passive. It's active. Active, and that's what I want people to understand. I did it was like a 7-hour live video feed years ago. I was trying to explain it to my audience, and I don't think they got it. Maybe I was explaining it wrong, but someone wrote, could you please just get to the point? It's like, well, dude, I'm telling you everything. I didn't say it at that time. I was just like, my mind was bogged. I'm like, wow, I don't believe they're not getting it. But I was trying to explain that this is everything. There's passive decompression, but then it can move to active decompression. Active. When what you got going on in your body, you've tweaked it, you've hacked it in such a way that when you sleep, it's decompressing with speed, actively. And what you want to do is make that speed so strong that it does not take you 8 hours to decompress. It only takes you 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're already fully decompressed. Now, what needs to happen? What else needs to happen? We also need to get the body to where when you're fully decompressed at those lower numbers of hours, you don't wake up. We increase the velocity of your decompression, but you're still knocked out. What do you think is going to happen? You're fully decompressed at 6 hours, but you're lying there, knocked out, sleep for another 2 hours. Do you think your body is just going to stay where it was after the 6th hour? Do you think that? Or do you think, you're fully decompressed at 6 hours. 2 more hours of sleep. You're probably gonna get pushed out further. I have a hard time calling it decompression. Okay? At that point, because if you're fully decompressed, you're fully decompressed. Then what's going on for those other 2 hours? Is that decompression? Or is it forced decompression? Is it extreme decompression? Is it some sort of engorged decompression? Is there some sort of engorgement, some pushing outward, some fullness happening? I think that's where growth is happening. That's where growth is happening. And so now we see even more so why we've come to know sleep is so important for growth. Young growing kid, teenagers, hey, get your sleep. Get your sleep. We knew sleep was important for growth for so many other reasons, but I never heard this one. It's something in that science of decompressing. And when it flips and it becomes active decompression. And when you stay knocked out after you've already fully decompressed. Hey, you're probably thinking, what can knock you out? Milk. You know, you sleep like a baby, you drink milk. Babies drink milk all day. Raw milk, by the way. I talk about that in the write-up on the page when you click the link. Babies drink milk all day. You know, sometimes the truth is right in front of us, okay? There's a whole lot more I can say about this, but I just wanted to give you that nugget. I wanted to give you that nugget. You want to do all the right things so that when you sleep, first of all, get a good night's sleep. Fully decompress every night. Work your height like a muscle. Let it get pumped every night. And that's what full decompression is. It's like the pump. When we go into extreme decompression, we are going into a pump that signals growth. Okay? You can flex your muscle right now, and it'll get engaged, engorged with blood and stuff like that. But and it will be pumped. But when you lift heavy, and you doing those repetitive movements, and you pumping it with blood, it's getting engorged, filled with blood, that is an extreme pump. You're going beyond the former max, beyond the former level. That's how it is when you sleep. It's a vertical pump. Your height is getting pumped. And every night, over and over, you want to be giving your body extreme pumps. Extreme pumps. This is life. This is growth. This is how it's happening. And I'm not saying this is the only way it's happening. I'm not saying this is the only way it's happening. But certainly, this must be a mechanism. The bells start going off for me when I woke up after 6 hours, fully rested, and since I was in the habit of measuring my height, when I wake up, boom, I was at full decompression. And then later, other times, I'll wake up after 6 hours of sleep, and I'll be like, I feel fully rested. I bet I'm real tall this morning. Measure my height, I'm at max height after 6 hours of sleep. And I started thinking, whoa, growth is happening. I'm doing the right things. I'm doing something right. My body wants to grow. It's reaching full decompression in a shorter period of time. This thing is active now. Something in my body is pushing me vertically outward. It's pushing me. It's elongating me actively. I need to figure out a way to stay knocked out. Maybe if I keep doing this and I make some adjustments, I can achieve my full decompression in a shorter amount of time, but still be knocked out sleeping afterward, to where growth occurs, and then I wake up, boom, and I'm taller than I've ever been before. Okay? And for me, this is how I would aid. This was living for me. This is how things were. I would go through a routine, go to sleep, wake up. Oh, I'm a half a millimeter taller than I was yesterday. Yeah, and you see, I did that. Half a millimeter. I tracked. Look, it's a whole different mindset. If you just think about it, if you were taller half a millimeter every morning when you woke up. See, some people didn't get it. They're like, oh, that's nothing. What are you talking about? I'm trying to gain inches. What are you using the metric system for? That's silly. It's silly because you're not growing. That's why it's silly. So you don't know what's required to grow and to stay in a game long enough to grow. That's why it's crazy. If your height increased half a millimeter a night, that would be 15 millimeters in a month. That's over half an inch. In fact, it's more than half an inch by 3 millimeters. Okay? So a half an inch and an eighth of an inch in change. So let's just put that eighth of an inch to the side. And let's just count half an inch. Half an inch a month for a whole year. 6 inches. That half a millimeter that you thought was nothing has become 6 inches at the end of a year. But wait a minute. Let's not forget that eighth of an inch and change we had on the side. Let's tack that on. Let's put that together with it. Now we're at 7. Let's do the math. Oh yeah, 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. That means if you were a shorty, okay, and talking to guys, for a guy, you're short if you're 5'6", okay. 5'5" is really short. Let's say you're 5'6". If you're taller by half of a millimeter, there are times I would measure a height increase and I would call it a notch. It's like it was so small, but I saw it. I even shaved my head bald headed so I could tell. I cut all my hair off. That height had to be real. I wanted every little piece of it. I wanted to see everything that was going on and when it was happening. So I cut off all my hair. I'm not saying you got to do that, okay? But that's what I did. Cut off all my hair And so when I put that disc down on my head, standing on the stadiometer, boom, as soon as it touched skin, let it go. That's how tall I am. That's me. My skin, that's me. It touched my skin, boom. Hey, how tall am I? Ooh, I'm a half a millimeter taller. Okay, all right. So, keep it going. If a guy was 5'6", he would be 6'1.5" at the end of a year. Oh, and that half a millimeter nothing? That half a millimeter nothing? Shoot, man. Man, you better get real. You better get real. Listen, if it was half a millimeter in a week, it took you a whole week to get half a millimeter. That's 2 millimeters a month. 2 times 12, 24. That's an inch in a year. What would an inch do for you? An inch in a year. Oh, some people say, that ain't nothing. Well, hey, 5 years going to pass by, whether you like it or not. 5 years going to pass by. That's 5 inches in 5 years. Let's say you graduate from high school 5'6". A year out of college, you're 5'11". You're living a different life, young man. You're living a different life. Your money better, and you just about standing 6 feet tall. Homeboy, you're living a different life off of half of a millimeter a week. You don't have to talk to me. You don't have to ever meet me. You don't ever have to shake my hand. Just read through that page. Absorb the principles and apply.